welcome to the February 19th, 2014 legislative meeting of the Town Board. I'll officially call the board meeting to order. I would ask that we please rise for the pledge, and I'll ask Mr. Horwitz to lead us this evening.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Horwitz. I would ask for a roll call of members in attendance.
Hall.
Here.
LaFountain.
Here.
Metzler.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Quinn.
Here.
All right, we'll start with our town clerk for communications and announcements, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Deputy Clerk Lisa Grosser and I had the opportunity to make a site visit to Nanoark Corporation. Nanoark is the corporation that we have signed agreement with for record archival services. For the last couple of years, Nanoark has been converting our historical records onto a product called Waferfish. And this is an environmentally friendly silicon disc used to record for our record preservation. The discs are waterproof, fireproof, and they do not require climate control. And to date, over 120,000 of our town record images have been placed on 84 wafers, and the project will be ongoing.
Great. And you've utilized the assistance of an intern or a summer student to help us do some work to help manage the costs with that as well?
Yes, instead of sending out our records for scanning, we are scanning in-house, and in the summer and winter during school breaks, we have an intern that does come in and will do the scanning for us, and that's free of charge. So we're saving a good amount of money on that.
Great, thank you. Mr. Quinn.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who have pulled yourself away from the Syracuse game for our meeting this evening, thank you for joining us. Just several announcements tonight. First, AARP Tax Aid will be offering free income tax preparation to low and middle income taxpayers, with special attention to those 60 and older, at the Penfield Community Center, 1985 Baird Road. Every AARP Tax Aid preparer receives annual IRS training and certification. This service will be available by appointment only on Wednesday mornings between February 5th and April 9th. Please call Penfield Recreation at 340-8655, option 6 to make an appointment. Taxpayers should bring their 2012 tax return, all 2013 tax documents, as well as a government-issued photo ID, like a driver's license, and Social Security cards for themselves and anyone they claim on their taxes. Second, as of February 12th, last week, all town board work sessions are live and recorded for future reference at penfield.org. The town of Penfield has broadcast the town board's 2 monthly legislative sessions for more than 20 years. And by adding the 2 monthly work sessions, we give residents an opportunity to view in broader detail the discussion the board has around important projects and matters of interest. This is a new initiative to expand communications and increase transparency of your local government. Tune in from the comfort of your own home on the first and third Wednesdays each month for legislative board meetings, and the second and fourth Wednesdays for work sessions. Also, a second initiative that I introduced at the 2014 State of the Town is mobile office hours, coming to neighborhoods this spring. So more information to come on those. And lastly, I would like to just thank Penfield residents for their continued efforts to shovel the snow around the fire hydrants. We got a little bit of a break today, but it sure has been difficult and challenging over the last few months. So thank you, Penfield residents. And also, please remember that winter parking rules are in effect through April 15th. No parking on overnight roads in Penfield. No parking on roads in Penfield overnight between 2 in the morning and 7 in the morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mrs. Messler.
Thank you. Penfield Recreation and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office will offer an exciting 9-week Senior Citizen Academy this spring. Participants will get a first-hand account of the different agencies and departments that make up the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Classes will meet for 9 consecutive Thursdays, March 20 through May 8th, from 9 a.m. to noon at the Penfield Community Center. A bus will leave from this location to tour many individual departments of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Field trips will include the Public Safety Building, the Public Safety Training Facility, the Emergency Operations Center, Monroe County Correctional Facility, as well as talks by SWAT, the K-9 unit, the Mounted unit, and the DWI unit, as well, and many other facilities. This program is for adults 55 and over, and the enrollment fee is just $6. For more information, please call 340-8655. Again, that's brought to you by Penfield Recreation and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
Thank
That's all I
you.
have to.
Mr. Moore?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The Penfield Trails Committee will sponsor a free public hike at Sherwood Fields on Saturday, March 8th from 10 a.m. to noon. The park is located on the north side of 441, right next to the East Penfield Fire Station. Any participants are asked to please register at the Penfield Recreation offices or call 340-8655. Let them know that you plan on attending. Thank you.
Mrs. Gould?
I have two announcements. Penfield Rotary Spring Euchre Tournament will be held on Sunday, March 16th at Legacy 40 Willow Pond Way off Route 441 in Penfield. Check-in time is at 1:30. There will be wine, beer, coffee, soft drinks, snacks available during the game. Prizes are awarded to the top 10 players based on scores of 8 games. Prizes include over $1,000 in prizes, including $250 for the first prize. Tickets are $20 per person prior to March 14th and $25 the day of the event. Tickets are available for purchase at Family First Credit Union on Browncroft Boulevard, Summit Federal Credit Union on Penfield Road. You can mail a check to Penfield Rotary Club at P.O. Box 28, Penfield, New York. Also, tickets can be purchased online at www.penfieldrotary.org. For more information about the tournament, you can contact the co-chairs. Chris Couch is 944-0688. All proceeds will benefit Camp Hakamo for children and adults with a wide range of disabilities and other Penfield Rotary programs. And it's always a fun event. And my next announcement is that, as you know, I have community chats every month at the library, the third Tuesday of the month. Next month, March 18th, from 5:30 to 7 in the new book area in the Penfield Library. If you'd like to come and talk about any issues in town that you have of interest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Horowitz?
Nothing further tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Move on to public participation. We have two opportunities for public participation, this being the first and the one at the latter part of the meeting. You can do that by being part of the meeting here in chambers at the auditorium. You can call 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org. With that, and seeing none, we'll move on to additions and deletions. Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. One addition for tonight's agenda, it is resolution number 14T-067, titled Setting a Public Hearing for a Conditional Use Permit and Preliminary and Final Subdivision and Site Plan Approval to allow a 4,300 square foot Panera Bread restaurant at 2152 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road. Thank you.
Second that.
Okay, thank you. It's been moved and seconded. That will be under new business. Thank you. Brings us to minutes. So we have the minutes of the January 22nd, 2014 meeting, and I would entertain a motion of approval for those minutes.
I move that the minutes of January 22nd be approved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on those minutes? Seeing none, ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole?
Aye.
LaFountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Quinn?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Thank you. Petitions. Has the board, town clerk, or town attorney received any petitions since our last meeting? No. Okay, seeing none, move on to resolution by function. Law and Finance, please.
Setting a public comment period on the draft scoping outline for the proposed expansion of the South Point Marina at 1384 and 1420 Empire Boulevard.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the town board, by resolution number 13T-228 of 2013, issued a positive declaration of environmental significance and elected to require the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement known as DEIS to address issues identified in the scoping process is set forth in sections 617.8 and 617.10 of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, known as SEQR. Whereas the proposed expansion includes the construction of a 2,700 square foot two-story structure to support a clubhouse for a marina, and seasonal tiki bar and ice cream parlor, a swimming pool, and the installation of 176 boat slips. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board, acting as lead agent, has set a public comment period on the draft scoping outline from 9 a.m. on February 20th, 2014 to 5 p.m. on March 21st, 2014, during which comments on the draft scoping outline are requested and may be submitted via mail, hand delivery, fax, and email to the town of Penfield. Attention, Developmental Services Department, 3100 Atlantic Avenue, Penfield, New York, 14526. Fax number is 340-8754, or email can be to costello@penfield.org. In the following which time, the Penfield Town Board will consider all comments received towards the establishment of a final scoping outline. Thank you.
Discussion. The only comment I would make is I would like to just recognize all of the board members. I know that a lot of work went into this whenever we have, under the seeker process, to go through, get the proper documentation in. The board is very involved with putting together their thoughts, their comments, their input, and their feedback, and getting that into Mr. Costello so he could weed through any duplicates or put maybe some meat on the bones around some bullet items that we may have given him. But I want to just say thank you for sticking to that task and getting all that data in so that we could get to this point for the scoping outline. Okay, seeing no further discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to sign a contract with the Greater Rochester Chapter of the American Red Cross to store one disaster-equipped trailer at 1607 Jackson Road.
Moved.
Second.
The Town of Penfield and the Greater Rochester Chapter of the American Red Cross enter into a one-year agreement to store one disaster trailer designated to support the residents of Penfield and northeast side of Monroe County, thereby increasing disaster preparedness and response for residents in the Town of Penfield. Therefore, be it resolved that the Director of Public Works is authorized to sign a one-year contract with the Greater Rochester Chapter of the American Red Cross.
Thank you. Discussion?
I would just mention that this is another example of partnership with the Town of Penfield and the Red Cross, certainly securing the disaster trailer that in the event of an event can be utilized for our residents.
Great. Thank you. See no further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to auction surplus equipment.
Moved.
Second.
The Town Supervisor and the Director of Public Works are granted the authority to authorize a listing of surplus equipment for public auction. The Town Supervisor is granted the authority to amend the attached listing prior to final designation as surplus equipment. The following list of equipment will be declared surplus, and that the Director of Public Works be authorized to enter into agreement with Roy Tutsworth Incorporated to auction the equipment. The equipment includes sewer vacuum flusher truck and a street sweeper. Be it further resolved that the proceeds resulting from the auction and sale of this equipment be credited to the appropriate fund.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign recreation contracts.
So moved.
Second.
Town Board authorizes the town supervisor to sign one recreation contract, and it's with the Webster Marching Band Boosters for their Independence Day Parade to be held on July 4th, 2014.
Great. Thank you. Further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Great. Thank you. That brings us down to old business. Any old business come before the board? Seeing none, move on to our new business and resolution number 067.
setting a public hearing for a conditional use permit and preliminary and final re-subdivision and site plan approval to allow a 4,300 plus or minus square foot Panera Bread restaurant at 2152 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas an application has been received by the Penfield Town Board under Local Law Number 2 of 2003, known as the Town of Penfield Incentive Zoning Law, to consider the application for incentive zoning and preliminary and final re-subdivision and site plan approval under Article 11-9-2 and the conditional use permit under Article 10-10-4E of the code to allow a 4,300 square foot Panera Bread restaurant on 5.3 acres in the business non-retail zoning district at 2152 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield will hold a public hearing at the Penfield Town Hall at 3100 Atlantic Avenue on March 19th, 2014 at 7:30 p.m. on said date to consider the said application and hear all persons interested in the consideration and question of this application. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Discussion. Seeing none, a roll call vote, please.
Call.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Thank you. This brings us to our second public participation. Seeing no one in the audience and no calls on hold, this will be the last of the business before the February 19th, 2014 Town Board meeting, and this meeting will stand adjourned. Thank you very much. PCTV.